Testing, very good. Well, there are a few things there. Happiness is... Analyzing first. Different way of knowing those. Oh boy. Time travel. Okay, well, I think it's 9:30, or it's coming up close to 9:30. And so Boker Tov, everyone. Boker Or. It's good that you could join me for our morning meditation. Now, there is a little bit of construction going on in our social hall, in our auditorium this morning, which is adjacent to the sanctuary. And you know what? Now, I could have asked the workers to take a break. But you know what? You can't always be meditating. You can't always be staying mindful in a perfectly quiet, calm place. life happens all around us, and I think the biggest challenge is to stay mindful and meditative and present, even when things are not going so well. You know, I've always found it easy on a retreat to be mindful for a number of days. Oh, you know, there's nothing to rattle your cage, nothing that is what can you say, disturbing or disruptive. But that's not the way real life works. Real life means traveling in our cars, being in traffic jams, having people cut us off, honking their horns. It is dealing with difficult people. It's dealing with chaos. If you can stay calm, if you can stay mindful in the midst of chaos, wow, that is really something. So, you know, just absorb, you know, what's going on and stay calm today during our meditation. That doesn't mean that you are ignoring things. It just means that you are absorbing them. You are absorbing, and putting into context everything that is occurring around you. I'd like to begin my remarks this morning with the idea of time travel. You know, that's what we do in our doing analytical mind. We do a lot of time travel. We travel back in time. We travel forward in time. We spend a great deal of our lives regurgitating the past with regrets and anger and resentment at times, and we spend a great deal of time worrying about things that haven't unfolded yet, things that have not happened as yet. We spend so much time traveling, living in our minds, reliving events in the past, or spending a lot of time in our minds trying to anticipate all that could go wrong in the future. And when we're doing that, we are not truly alive. We're not truly living in the present. Time travel is, at least so far in our inventive human lives, so far nobody's figured out a way to really time travel, and so it's not a real thing. The real thing is what's happening right now, right here, right now. And so if we can learn to come out of our minds a little bit and come to our senses. You ever hear that expression, coming to your senses? It makes a lot of sense. Coming into your senses, looking at the world not as you wish it was, but as it really is. Here's something to think about. So much of our anxiety, so much of our worries, so much of the negativity in our lives comes to us by when we compare the way the world is to some preconceived idea in our minds as what it should be. We often have a very definite idea in our mind what something should be. And the world often says no. The world will say, this is the way I am. That's not to say that we can't tweak the world. It's not to say that we can't make adjustments in our environment. It's just that we also have to be open to many more possibilities. And when we see the world as it is, when we have a direct contact with the world as it is, we begin to see new and sometimes better alternatives. So, keeping that in mind. Good. All right. So, here's one more thing before we begin to meditate today. I want you always to remember that thoughts are transitory. They come and go. Thoughts are not real. Thoughts are not real. Thoughts are just mental events. Don't believe everything you think is true. It's just a thought. And we need to be aware of what is happening in our physical environment, and we have to be aware of what's happening in the interior part of ourselves, in our minds, to see that thoughts arise and thoughts fall away, emotions arise and emotions fall away. And what we do in meditation, what we do in mindfulness, is to observe, not to analyze, not to solve. Life isn't a problem to be solved. Life is something to be embraced, something to enjoy, something to live. Okay, here we go. Find yourself in a comfortable place where you're unlikely to be disturbed for the next few moments. Sit comfortably with your back straight if you can, with your chin perpendicular to your spine. And allow your eyes to close. And whatever is happening in your physical environment, just let it be. Observe your breathing. Observe the little breaths that you take through your nose. A gentle expanding and contracting of your lungs, of your rib cage. Notice a gentle rising and falling of your shoulders. And be aware of what's happening in your body. Come to your senses. If your eyes are open, and you can meditate with your eyes open, see what you are seeing without labeling anything, without judging or comparing anything with anything else. Listening, seeing, feeling, experiencing the world as it is. Don't miss this moment. This moment will never come around again. Be fully conscious and aware of this moment with its nuances, with its multiplicity of sensory experiences. Instead of avoiding things in our reality, the real things, we embrace them. Even those difficult circumstances, those circumstances that we can't change, we embrace them, accept them for the time being as part of the landscape, broadening their context so they don't occupy a major or central place in our consciousness. In meditation, we don't escape from the world. In a sense, we enter it more fully, more consciously. Instead of experiencing the world through the intermediary aspect of our minds, we experience reality more directly, without preconceived notions. Right now, at this moment, in this place, I am experiencing. Right now, at this moment, in this place, I am aware of. Right now, at this moment, in this place, I am aware of these sensations in my body. without judgment. Right now, at this moment, in this place, I am aware of my physical environment, the sounds, the temperature of the air, the movements of the air, the chair or sofa upon which I'm sitting, sounds, fragrances. At this time, at this moment, I am aware of the thoughts in my mind. I see them, I acknowledge them, and I see them for what they are. They are mental events, and I let them go. If they bring some sort of important information, I'll put that to the side and get back to it when I can. But any thought that takes me into the realm of time travel, to the past or to the future, I let go. And I stay with this moment. At this time, at this moment, in this place, I am aware of these emotions rising and falling within me. Without being attached to them, I observe them. Without trying to solve them. Without looking for reasons. I just acknowledge whatever emotion I'm feeling at this time. And I release that feeling, those emotions. I set them free. Emotions are not reality. They're just a reaction to reality. An emotional event. Let our intention today be to stay in this moment, to be fully conscious and alive in this moment, and to live our lives as totally as we can in this moment. As the sound of this bell fades into the cosmos, come to your senses. Take a couple of deep breaths. If your eyes were closed, open them and adjust to the light. Stretch a little bit. I would like to finish our time together this morning with a few words from Rainier Maria Rilke, who was a wonderful poet and essayist at the beginning of the 20th century. He wrote this in 1903. He entitles it, "Patience is All." Do not measure in terms of time. 1 year or 10 years means nothing. For the artist, there is no counting or tallying up, just ripening like the tree that does not force its sap and endures the storms of spring without fearing that summer will not come. But it will come. It comes, however, only to the patient ones who stand there as if all eternity lies before them. Vast, still, untroubled. I learn this every day of my life. I learn it from hardships I am grateful for. Patience is all. Well, maybe you will join me for a little study of Talmud at 11:30. That's a Zoom and a streaming class. If you want to talk to me and give me your reactions to what we're reading about Peah, which it's a tractate from the Talmud. It talks about the corners of your field that you're supposed to leave for the poor. I think you'll find it rather interesting. So 11:30 to this morning, and look on our trending, look on our website. There's so many great things happening at your temple these days. Well, listen, Boker Tov, make this a good morning. Boker Or, a morning full of light. And remember to smile and to bring a smile to the face of at least one other person that you meet on your journey today. See you soon.